Before you start organizing your board, I suggest getting everything on your desktop. Download the template from your email, and then email any visual resources that you need and get them on your desktop. Start by opening up the file for your board. Double-click or drag it directly into the Photoshop icon, and it should prompt and open as a default size. We're going to be working with layers. Layers are in the lower right-hand corner here, and as I turn eyeballs on and off, you can see that I'm working with different layers. To interact with any layer directly, make sure you click on that layer and highlight it. The first one we're going to use is the one that's labeled Name. Go over to your text tool. The tools are all on the left-hand side that we're going to use. And when you select it, carefully hover over the N in Name and highlight it by clicking, holding, and dragging. Then type your first and last name. The next thing we're going to do is drag and drop imagery into our template. Again, if you don't have them on your desktop yet, now's a good time to save everything to your desktop. So all you have to do is drag them individually into your template. To start building your imagery, just drag each individual image directly into Photoshop, and it should open up as a separate layer. Notice when you drag the images in, they're going to be kind of blurry. But there's a bounding box around the outside of each image, and you can drag that to shrink it and place it where you want just by dragging the image around your template. Once you have it the right size and location, click the little check mark. If you want to move it after that, you can use this tool on top, the Move tool. By selecting the Move tool, we can drag this around the picture plane or grab the handle and resize it and move it to where we want it. When I'm happy with where I've placed it, click the little check mark or hit Enter on your keyboard. Then you can start dragging in other images and placing those where you want them. Remember to hit the check mark or hit Enter on your keyboard. And again, the Move tool is in the upper left-hand corner. If you want to move something around, you can do that with the Move tool. Another tool that will come in handy when you're organizing this is going up to the ribbon and selecting Edit and Transform. The transformations are here. We can use scale, rotate, skew, distort, so on and so forth. Most of the time, all you'll need is scale. When I click scale, the bounding box will show back up, and I can resize this and then again move it to wherever I want it to be. Remember to click the check mark or hit Enter on your keyboard to place it. When you're happy with your composition, go to File, Save As, and make sure you save it to your computer and save it on the desktop. Be sure to switch over to desktop. You can leave it a Photoshop document, and please put your name in the title. Remember to click Save, and these can either be dropped into the Google Classroom or they can be emailed to me to turn them in. When you're finished with your board, it should fill up the picture plane like this example and demonstrate a collective of all the work you've done during this half of the trimester. You can change the format any way you want, and remember, turning eyeballs on and off will tell you what layer you're working with. If you're shooting pictures of your artwork, make sure none of them are keystoned like these examples. Make sure you're holding your device directly above the image and cropping it well. 3D pieces can be shot over on the counter across from the lab using the poster paper that's already set up as a backdrop. It'll give you a nice gradient. Just make sure you zoom in and crop it well.